What is going on, everyone? Today we have an unexpected yet exciting rumor for LEGO Star Wars in the summer of 2025, and I feel like I say everything's exciting, and then we end up with things like the ARC 170 that are just compromised, downsized versions of the model. But yeah, the rumor in this video is, of course, the V-19 Torrent. I almost knocked it off my table. A V-19 Torrent, set number 75432, rumored to be $60 and include 3 minifigures. Now, the $60 price tag is cheaper than the old one. The original V-19 Torrent cost $55, but adjusted for inflation, of course, that's about $80 in today's money. So you're looking at a 25% reduction in size, or maybe it won't be straight up size. Maybe it'll just be overall bulk, but the new V-19 Torrent should be substantially smaller than what we see here, because on top of that smaller size, of course, you're getting 2 more minifigures. So you're going to be getting a pretty compromised V-19. Now, I'm thinking the proportions on the V-19 here will translate better to a downsize than they did with the ARC 170. They could have done better on the ARC 170. They just didn't. But I feel like the V-19 will turn out a bit better. I think one of the main concerns with it is how will it function. Of course, with this original one from 2008, if you haven't watched my review on it, I uploaded a review on it like 4 years ago. Check that out. I'll put it on the end screen at the end of the video. But it's got a fantastic function with some pistons. Yeah, like Lego pistons, like literally on this set. And you can just grab it by the back fin, whatever, and the whole thing like folds out and down nice and slow. And when it does that, mine's old, so the gears might be not working like 110% properly, but it is generally a very smooth motion. The landing gear on the bottom also like folds up and into the model, and then of course as you bring the model back in to land, the wings come back up, and then the landing gear on the bottom comes back out. So I know I'm not giving you maybe the best views there, but it worked phenomenally for 2008, and I'm very hopeful that it will translate into a very good yet downsized model for 2025. I doubt it will function like that, but hopefully it will still work in a kind of cool way. I don't know. They completely overhauled the way the ARC 170 works. I would be very surprised. I can't imagine this piston piece is still in use. I mean, I certainly haven't seen it in a Star Wars set since this one, although it, of course, would have limited application to be in a Star Wars set, so maybe it's in some Technic sets I don't build. But yeah, I think it'll be very interesting to see how that works. And, of course, hopefully the cannons on top are still the proper length, unlike on the ARC 170. So yeah, the V-19 Torrent model sounds like a pretty exciting idea, although, of course, yeah, temper your expectations for the size. Now, when it comes to the figures, the first of the 3 rumored figures is, of course, the finless Phase 1 clone pilot, the clone pilot that should have been originally in that UCS gunship, and I've been pretty excited about this one, although there's basically a 50-50 chance that the figure is going to suck and not have a very good print onto the top of the helmet, because if you look at some of the clone troopers, the print stops like super, short on the top of the helmet, and generally, even though it's far from accurate, it looks pretty okay on like 501st troopers and such. But I feel like in a case like this clone pilot, the print really does need to go all the way to the back. I mean, it looks like that on basically any custom you'll ever see. Any other toy of the Phase 1 clone pilot looks like that. And LEGO has done plenty of helmets in the past for the Rebellion, where the print will basically go all the way to the back. So I'm hopeful, but, it is a clone trooper, so I am obviously going to be worried that LEGO will fumble the bag, as they have been apt to do in recent years. And then the other news for the other 2 figures is that they're originally unknown, and I wouldn't 110% put, my eggs in this basket, but just from what I've seen out there, I would call it a weak rumor at this point that the other 2 figures in the set will be a Clone Wars Obi-Wan and a Clone Wars Asajj Ventress, and so that would round out your 3-figure selection. And for being a set that would feel like a 2008 Clone Wars set, these 2 figures would make sense. I found them in my 2008 bag from the gunship, so that makes sense. I would love that as a character lineup. I think that'd be fantastic for a V-19 Torrent. V-19 Torrent coming for summer of 2025, apparently, probably an August 1st release. Nothing abnormal there as far as I can tell. So let me know your thoughts on it in the comments section below. Do you think it's going to be better than the original 2008 version? I've got a sealed one here to build and get prepped to do a comparison come the release of the set. And like the back of my shirt says, I hope LEGO makes it nice.